What's up, guys? OpTic Ashes here, bringing you a video showing you guys the new game, Gears of War 4. It will be coming out October 7th for those of you who pre-ordered the Ultimate Edition, and October 11th for the rest of you. This game is going to be the game that we are going to be playing at the show match coming up in a few days on October 5th, where we'll be playing the veteran OG pros of Gears of War Team Infinity. So I wanted to kind of bring you guys this video and show you guys the game, a little bit about it, what to look for, what you're going to be seeing, and kind of explain how this new game type that you guys are going to be watching us play works, and hopefully make the viewing experience for you guys who may be new to Gears of War really exciting. So this match, this OpTic Gaming versus Infinity match, is a old school versus new school pro match. It's a rivalry that kind of keeps taking place in Gears of War, where the old school pros keep saying that they're the best and the new school pros keep saying that they're the best, and it should be a pretty exciting experience. So we're going to talk a little bit about Escalation. This is, as you can see, the video from the reveal of Escalation and Gears of War 4 game type at PAX East, where the Season 2 Gears of War Ultimate Edition finals were taking place that we were playing in under Denial. They have a bunch of pros from the Gears of War ESL Pro League who they took out to test this game mode and basically showcase it for the audience. So it's 5-on-5, as you can see here. It's still the COG versus the now Swarm, and this is a map called Foundation. This was one of the maps that was in the beta, so if you guys actually played the beta, then you might be a little bit familiar with this map. And what we see here is, first off, we see the new overlay for spectators, so you can see the 5 players listed on both sides of the screen. Now, I don't know if this has changed or not, so we'll see if it's still the same, but I think they're going to keep the same generic overlay style. You can see up here the team names, which team they're on: blue representing the humans, the COG, red representing the Swarm. Even though these character panels are not lined up with the top, it doesn't matter. And then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blank spots here. So Escalation is basically picture King of the Hill domination type gameplay, but round based. So you have a maximum of 13 rounds. The team to take 7 rounds will be the team that wins the map. So the first round, you start off, there's obviously 3 hills on the map. You're going to see them kind of, there's B right here, there's A over here, and there's C over here. So basically you have 1 hill on your side, 1 hill on the enemy side, and then 1 somewhere kind of off in the middle of the map. Your objective is to reach 210 points. You get points by capturing a hill and holding it, like a normal King of the Hill game type. You get more points, obviously, the more hills that you have captured. The twist is that you can automatically win the round if you capture all 3 hills, which is actually pretty difficult because B hill is near where they spawn. So it's pretty hard to get that, that hill locked down and create that triple cap situation. But there is that possibility. So no team is ever out, even if they're down 200 points to 0, they could still instantly win the round just by capturing all 3 hills. This overlay will also show what weapons the different people are using, so you can, or what they have out. So you can see everyone has the Lancer in their first slot. Poseidon and Crushmo have it out. You can see shotguns across the board in the second slot, smoke grenades in the third, pistols in the fourth. Now this will change as they pick up power weapons and stuff like that, but it kind of gives you an idea of what they are using currently and what they have on their backs. It also shows what characters they're using. So that's basically what we see here in terms of the overlay. There's obviously, caps, breaks, kills, downs, time dead. That all is kind of like minor statistical data that, kill KDs and stuff like that. But the essential stuff is knowing where the hills are and stuff like that. So I'm going to keep playing this video and we're going to kind of watch it together and talk about things we see. So this team is actually running a strat where they're ignoring the hill in the middle off the start, and they're trying to make a push for the enemy team's hill. I don't actually remember what happens and who wins this show match, but it is it's pretty interesting strategy to see. So what they've done is they've now taken the blue hill. You can see, I'm sorry, they've taken the red team's B hill. So you can see up here in the corner up here, sorry, I was looking to make sure my mouse shows up. These are the points. So Cog have 18 points currently. Swarm have 20 points. The reason that Swarm has 20 points is because they went and captured 2 hills off the rip, where Cog worried about 1 hill and pushing across to that second one. So Swarm has a small lead, but Cog is taking it back basically. And you can see how like that the hill is being contested because of the dotted line. And you can see that it is going in favor of blue. It's filling up with blue. By the time it fills up all the way, it becomes kind of like the C hill. So that's kind of how you tell who has what hills and, you know, where they are. So it just locked in. It is now officially in Cog's possession, and you can see it's been broken and then filled back up. So it's kind of a back and forth battle. You can see from the action going on right here. This was also kind of like their first chance of using the spectator camera, so it may be jumping around a lot, but there's a lot of cool new features with the spectator camera. So I'm sure we're going to see an awesome showing once we get to this show match on October 5th. You can also see who's dead. So right here you can see that Mentz is actually dead, and he's got the little the gear skull on his player portrait or his character portrait. So that's a pretty neat little feature. The time dead thing's also pretty cool. So yeah, that's kind of what you got to look out for. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit to hopefully when this round gets near ending. So now we're at 123 points to 98 points, and you can see the points are going up every second. Just pretty fast-paced action actually. So I'm really excited to see how this plays out when we actually get a chance to play it competitively. Trying to get towards the end of the round here. Oops, that's a little bit too far. Spoiler alert. All right, so you can see we're only 9 points away from Cog winning right now. So Locust basically have to break this, or I keep saying Locust. Swarm basically have to break this C hill in order to stop this from happening. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to. This Swarm does actually manage to get in there, but he didn't break the hill for some reason. So the round ends, and it goes to Cog. Now you can see the total number of rounds, X for Cog winning. They're all happy. Here's another interesting twist. After the round is over, the losing team gets to pick a power weapon and place it somewhere on the map, which we're going to see next. So right here, this is the overhead view of the map, and you can see here the different spots that power weapons can be placed. So you have these 2 side areas, you have the area down here, you have the area here, you have the area here. So you have different spots that power weapons can be placed on the map. So basically the losing team gets to go, okay, we have 30 seconds to pick a power weapon and put it somewhere on the map. If they put it somewhere in the middle, obviously it stays in that, it's in that spot and the 2 teams clash for it. If they put it off to somewhere like the side, like say, okay, we lost, we're going to put it over here by fountains, then that's fine and dandy, but it's also going to go on the other side of the map in welding zone for the Cog team. So it mirrors if it's, favored to one side or the other. If it's in the middle, it's just in the middle. So this adds another element of, okay, now the map has changed. Like now we have another objective to play for. Do we go for this power weapon or do we just stay for the hills? So it looks like that they chose to put frag grenades down here in this middle area. So now the next round starts. Both teams know that frag grenades are down there in that middle area, and they can choose to add that into what they play for or continue to go for the hills. It just adds like another level of strategy that'll constantly change depending on what the other team decides to do. So this is going to make the metagame really important for this, because you have to understand, okay, what do we do in multiple scenarios? What do we do if they put a boom there? If they put frags there? If they put a torque bow, a sniper? And also knowing what you're going to pick if you happen to lose the first round. The other thing that is, let me see. The other thing that's interesting to note right here on this spawn screen is now that respawns are 12 seconds. That means they're 2 seconds longer than the first round. The first round they took 10 seconds to respawn. This is going to increase the amount of time, obviously, that you're dead for, that it takes for you to respawn back on the map, which means that as the rounds go on, as they increase, you know, like as we get to rounds 1 through 6, every round, it's going to get longer. Round 6, after round 6 is over and we move into round 7, everything resets, including all of the weapons on the map and the respawn timers. So, and you switch sides and the hills change. So I'm going to try to show closer to round 6. They're playing round 6 right there. You guys can see what I mean. All right, so they're in. All right. So here you can see weapons have been removed and capture points have been changed. So now the capture points are no longer over here at tree, over here at crane, and then up here at piston room. They are over here at welding zone, over here at fountains, and down here at statue. So at the 7th round, at the start of the 7th round, all the power weapons are removed, and the respawn timer goes back to 10, and the hills positions have changed. So another level of strategy that comes into this game type that is adding to the whole metagame style of it. All right, so let's recap real quick before we end this video on some of the things that you need to pay attention to in Escalation. We've talked about the new overlay and how everything is laid out and what that means. We've talked about how there's 3 hills and how the cap system works, how we're playing to 210 points, and that if you capture all 3 hills, you automatically win a round. We talked about how this is a round-based game type. There's a maximum of 13 rounds. It's the first team to win 7 rounds wins the map. We've talked about how spawns swap between each round and how the losing team of a round gets to then place a power weapon on the map for the start of the next round. And we also pointed out that at 7 rounds, the actual location of the hills change and all of the weapons disappear. We've also finally pointed out that the respawn duration or the respawn timer increases every round. So the first round starts at 10 seconds, then 12 seconds, so on and so forth. And that also resets at the 7 round mark. So this game type has a lot of metagame to it. It's a very interesting game type. I'm really excited to get a chance to watch us play it and work with it and develop strategies for it. I think it's going to be really exciting. It's really fast paced. It's really fun to watch. And I hope you guys really enjoy Gears of War 4 and the Escalation game type. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, as always, make sure to leave a thumbs up and let me know in the comments down below if you are excited to watch Escalation and watch us play Infinity on October 5th, which is in 3 days from me making this video. And as always, I appreciate the support so much, guys, but make sure, if you don't already, to click the subscribe button down below. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed Gears of War 4, and I will see you on the stream on October 5th and on the battlefields October 7th. Have a good one, guys.